All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Chris's Sports Corner. Real quick, man, hope everybody's having a great Wednesday. It's Wednesday, man. So the NBA has decided to find and take draft picks from the Chicago Bulls and the Miami Heat based off of NBA tampering. But real quick, man, before we get into that, make sure you give your boy a like on this video, man. And if you and you ain't subscribed, which I don't know why you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, man. I really appreciate it. All right, man. So let's talk about it, all right? The Chicago Bulls, and this according to ESPN and multiple sources picked this up. The Chicago Bulls and Miami Heat will each lose their next available second-round pick for tampering violation related to signing of Lonzo Ball and Kyle Lowry, the NBA announced on Wednesday. Since August, the NBA has been investigating whether illegal contact or negotiation occurred among teams and agents ahead of the opening free agency at 6 p.m. on August 2nd. According to the memo obtained by ESPN Adrian Wojnarowski, the Bulls and Heat fully cooperated with the investigation, which was taken in account when determining the penalties. The teams could have also faced loss of additional draft picks and suspension of teams' executive and fines up to $10 million each. While we disagree, we'll accept the league's decision, the Heat said in a statement, we're going to move on with our season. The New Orleans Pelicans agreed to trade Ball, a restricted free agent, to the Bulls on a 4-year, $80 million contract for Garrett Temple on a new 3-year, $15 million contract and guard, I can't pronounce his last name. The Heat negotiated a 3-year, $85 million deal with Lowry in a sign and trade with guard Goran Dragic and forward Precious Achiuwa to the Toronto Raptors. The Heat guaranteed Dragic $19.4 million option, with free agent, which allowed him to use him in the sign and trade. Milwaukee Bucks lost a second-round pick for tampering charges for restricted free agent Bogdanovich in 2021. With the penalty the NBA took into consideration, the Bucks did not ultimately acquire Bogdanovich, who signed with the Atlanta Hawks. Wow. Now, I'm going to be honest, I'm a little confused by this. Because, first of all, let's be honest, tampering happens every year. I don't understand why these are the only two teams that are getting, penalized. Because how many times that we already know where these players are going before this happens? Before the free agency period starts, we already know, boom, at 6 o'clock, boom, so-and-so gone, so-and-so gone, so-and-so gone, so-and-so with the team, so-and-so. You don't think this has been already talked about? But for these two teams to be singled out, to me personally, is unfair because it happened each and every year. So I guess the NBA is trying to send a stern message. No tampering before the deadline. No pre-negotiation. You know what teams are going to do from now on? They're going to say, hey, we got everything done? Cool. Don't announce it to 9 o'clock. And just saying, if the free agency period start at 6, they'll say, hey, don't say nothing to 9, all right? Everybody keep it on the hush. Like, we didn't know Kimber was going to the Boston Celtics that one year? Like, come on, man. Like, this to me is a little absurd because this happens. This happens. Like, okay, it's a tampering period. I think, me personally, I would say after the season, it should be free reigns. That's not just Chris speaking. That's my personal opinion. It should be free reigns. Now, don't bother nobody playing while the season is going. While the season is still in progress, until the last whistle, until that last horn go off, and the NBA, once the NBA champions are crowned, 12 o'clock that night or the next day or the month, I don't care, whatever. That's when you say, all right, it's free, man. Y'all go ahead, figure this crap out. But yeah, that's when you should do it, because you're just having this whole wait period, blah for what? You just, okay, the finals end in July. You got, and I get it, it's only, depends on when the finals end, determine when, whatever. So I guess you say, man, you can't wait a week or 2 weeks or whatever. But how about to speed that process up? Players already know where they want to go. Players already know what they can get. You don't think agents are talking to agents? And backdoor channels or backdoor funnels are going into other places where they can kind of see, hey, this is what they wouldn't give you, man. All right, cool. This is happening. I just don't think I'm cool if you want to invoke this penalty, but there's so many teams that do this. And if to me, I just feel like they only punish the beneficiaries of this, right? Like, by all means, man. To me, the rule is stupid. It don't make sense to me. Why in the world would you just choose to penalize the team that penalize these two when that happens every single year? Every single year this happens. We know what these players are going by talent. We know. Wait. So we didn't know Kyrie and KD was going to the Nets when they decided to. Wait, was they free agents at the time? I might be wrong here. Well, it don't matter because they were still under contract to the free agency period or whatever, right? So we didn't know that was going to happen way prior to it actually being announced. Yes, we knew that was happening. All right, we knew all this was going to happen. Like, to me, I just think right now the league are trying to say, all right, we're going to step up. I really think the league is on some new stuff this year. First of all, they're trying to let the players play more so they're not calling the fouls, which is altering people's games. Although James Harden had a great night last night, it's still altering their games. You seen them constantly now LeBron, let's be honest now, LeBron ain't getting away with the stuff he used to get away with. Like, they're warning him about profanity. They're fining him. You know, they suspended him for the whole thing, which you can argue right, wrong, whatever side you want with that. But the league is trying to say, trying to be a lot more firm. And this is another step in that direction to say, hey, we said no tampering. And you guys continue to do it. So here's your penalty. Now, to give up to give up their next second round pick is a lot. Because I know we like to think about all the first round, but it's a lot of gems coming that second round. It's a lot of gems that we know some really greats. That was second round picks that really turned out to be great. So that's big to give up a second round pick like that. So it's gonna be interesting, man, to see how these teams maneuver. You know, the Miami Heat came out and said, hey, we don't agree, but we support the decision. They got a chance at a championship this year, so they don't want to ruffle no feathers. Miami is like, what? Okay, cool. Back to work. Let's not focus on that. That happened. They came to their conclusion. Let's move forward. The Bulls, same thing. I'm assuming they're gonna do the same thing. Cool. Not gonna fight it. We're gonna move forward. This is their decision. Let's go about it. But all in all, I don't agree. I don't agree because to pick out these two teams, everybody do it. So what makes these two teams, their actions so egregious that no one knew? Because them ain't the only two that signed right at the deadline. So you're gonna tell me them the only two that tampered? Absolutely not. We know that to not be a fact. So with that being said, guys, I don't know the NBA on, but they send the matches. So they're taking second round picks from both teams. So anyway, I guess they're trying to make a statement. With that being said, guys, please like, comment, subscribe to the channel. And until next time, you guys be great, man.